Thank you for checking out this video. If you're thinking about or contemplating retirement, then there might be a message in this video for you. So at the same time, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment, and cheers. Good morning, good day, whatever. Well, it's the daytime, so I won't say good evening. Anyway, I've just got some random thoughts just about retirement. And, I'm seeing a lot of videos on YouTube, different people chiming in on retirement and the problem that it seems to be for people to get off of the hamster wheel. And it's not anybody's fault. I mean, we've been taught from birth and not taught the right way, but we've been taught to work. And starts when we were in elementary school, they ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then you start thinking in that term. And then we go through the school system, we get a degree, we get some job has nothing to do with your degree. And you get a job, and then you have to decide whether or not you're going to take the 401k and think about the future and start the grind, work the work schedule, 40 hours plus. If you only work 40 hours, you're kind of a slacker. If you work those extra hours and you put those savings away and you build everything up so you can say, yes, when I retire. And if you start working in your 20s, you should be retiring at 40. But, that ends up getting pushed into somehow your 60s is what they tell us. Social Security being available at 62 is a good sign of retirement. I mean, if you have money before, there's plenty of people out there that have retired at 35, or they've been fortunate enough to make some good moves or inherit money or whatever. But the majority of us are working, and while you're working, you're planning to make sure you have money when you are old and can't work. That's kind of what they sell us. So then when you get to this level of retirement, freedom to do whatever you want, and of course you can only do whatever you want. Well, you can always do whatever you want, but money kind of helps you do some things. But you just want to be able to have enough money to live and not worry about things. And but that's what happens. We get here, and the habit is to wake up and start worrying about things. And for the most part, you may have everything covered, but there's still this built-in Tony Robbins, I got to achieve something and be something. And it's I'm not saying it's difficult, but it's difficult for people to relax and then pursue other things with your time. You're not in the same social circles, and all the different things that you go through, depending on whatever your job title was or how far you were into it. All the things that go with it, your title, who you are. When you get introduced now in a crowd, you say, oh, I'm retired. Oh, what did you do? Because now, before it's, oh, what do you do? Now it's like, oh, I'm retired. Oh, you're retired from, well, what did you retire from? It's like, well, and everybody wants to define you now, but you don't have to be defined when you are retired. What did you do? I did a lot of things. Me, I am a jack of all trades, and I will sit and bore you to death with all the things that I did, and then the unlikeliness of being retired. So for me, I didn't have a plan. You know, I worked and actually frowned upon taking the 401k. I didn't believe in it. I thought, like, what are you saving up for the future for, you know? And then, too, I was living life hand to mouth. I'm like, I don't have money to save. And you know, say, oh, you got to have discipline and everything. No, most people don't have money to save. I know I didn't. And so, you know, that was the thing, though. I kept working. I kept chasing the dream. I kept judging myself because, you know, I was jumping around from job to job, so I couldn't establish a 401k and a solid, you know, I couldn't take those things with me. I was going to school, I was doing different things, and just never was able to get enough things set up. And when I did get set up on the 401k plan, things like that, I ended up having to withdraw from it, take it out early and everything else. So I never, you know, got in my 40s and got laid off of a nice position and then had to start over, blah, blah, blah. I had no idea how I was going to retire. And even this is 2016, another start over story, and without boring you, but I drove up from San Diego up to the Bay Area to work for Google, driving buses. First time doing that. I didn't know if I was going to last, but made it work. Slept in my car for 2 years while I was making about 75 grand a year. And then I had some things happen with the VA. And anyway, some things fell into place. And working those 2 years, I was able to build up a small 401k. Nothing that is substantial, but still something. And then, anyway, I was able to get into a position where I was able to quit working. And for me, it was, I'll be honest, because I'm not an overachiever. I mean, I achieve, I work, I do what I need to do. But I'm not that person. And, but it takes a while to detox from a schedule. And you know, okay, I don't work anymore, but let me get up now and, you know, have my coffee, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to go run some errands, and then I'm going to, you know, do this. And then, well, I was living a different life too. I was living the van life. So that whole freedom thing that goes with that made it even more incredible. But it took me a little while to, like, you know, get used to not having a routine. And then I'm a Zen type of person anyway, so I never consider myself lazy. But like I said, I'm not one that's chasing the awards and you know. Anyway, I like to take it easy. And so anyway, with that, I learned to, you know, you got to value your time. And every day that you wake up, you don't have to fill it up with something. I mean, believe me, my mind's still, you know, you got all kind of distractions to fill your mind. So basically, I'm just saying, you know, folks, if you're lucky enough to get here, and you're debating, you know, you're at this stage, believe me, like I said, I'm doing okay, but I'm not set up like a lot of people are. And they're debating on whether or not they want to retire at 62, or like I said, if you got more money, retire as early as you can. Stop and get off of this wheel. I mean, everybody's got different, you know, goals and what have you. If you enjoy working and everything else, continue to do that. But, you know, learn to, you know, don't go crazy when the schedule changes. And what do I do with my time? Wake up every day, You got enough money. You got a roof over your head. Like, I'll say for myself, I can do anything I want. Well, you can't go just jump on a plane and go to Japan. Well, actually, I could, but I'd probably be broke after I did that. But, at the end of the day, I don't need to do that. So that's not in the schedule. But other than that, I got everything I need. And, as the song goes, don't worry, be happy. And that's my message for today. I'm Nomadic Stan. I woke up today. I'm in Cucuta, Colombia. And I think yesterday, they had a bomb go off in a police station that's like about 10 minutes away from me, 5 minutes away from me. And I just saw it on TikTok and was like, whoa, what the heck? What would be happening of all places? And I won't make this about anything else. This is retirement. And but I'm okay. Okay? And I'm still okay. Life is great. So thanks for listening. Tune in and check out some of my other videos about life, retirement, and living abroad. Bye.